The Lord of the Rings is an epic high fantasy trilogy written by English philologist and University of Oxford professor J.R.R. Tolkien. The story began as a sequel to Tolkien's 1937 fantasy novel The Hobbit, but eventually developed into a much larger work. Written in stages between 1937 and 1949, with much of it being written during World War II, it was originally published in 3 volumes in 1954 and 1955. It has since been reprinted numerous times and translated into at least 38 languages, becoming one of the best-selling novels ever written. The story is set in Middle-earth, an ancient land of elves, dwarves, hobbits, and men. The story begins as the Dark Lord Sauron, the story's main antagonist, seeks to rule all of Middle-earth by searching for the One Ring. The ring has found its way to the young hobbit Frodo Baggins. The fate of Middle-earth hangs in the balance as Frodo and 8 companions, who form the Fellowship of the Ring, begin their journey to Mount Doom in the land of Mordor, the only place where the ring can be destroyed. The Lord of the Rings has been adapted several times for radio, stage, and film. The most well-known adaptation is the Lord of the Rings film trilogy, 2001 to 2003, directed by Peter Jackson. The films were a critical and commercial success, and they helped to introduce Tolkien's work to a new generation of readers. The Lord of the Rings is a classic work of fantasy literature that has been enjoyed by readers of all ages for generations. It is a story of good versus evil, friendship, courage, and the power of hope. The Lord of the Rings is a timeless classic that will continue to be read and enjoyed for many years to come. Here are some of the things that make The Lord of the Rings a great book. The characters are well developed and relatable. Frodo is a reluctant hero who must overcome his fears to save Middle-earth. Gandalf is a wise and powerful wizard who guides Frodo on his quest. Sam is Frodo's loyal friend who is always there for him. Merry and Pippin are 2 young hobbits who bring humor and excitement to the story. The setting is rich and detailed. Tolkien created a vast and intricate world that feels real and believable. The reader can almost feel the cold of the misty mountains, the heat of the desert, and the lushness of the forests of Middle-earth. The plot is exciting and suspenseful. The reader is on the edge of their seat as Frodo and his companions journey to Mordor. There are many obstacles along the way, and the reader never knows what will happen next. The themes are universal and timeless. The Lord of the Rings explores themes of good versus evil, friendship, courage, and the power of hope. These are themes that are relevant to people of all ages and from all walks of life. If you are a fan of fantasy literature, then The Lord of the Rings is a must-read. It is a classic work of literature that will transport you to another world and stay with you long after you have finished reading it.